Hi, this is Arwani, and welcome to Personal Development with Arwani. Today's message was influenced by someone very close to me that I've just had a recent conversation with. And that particular individual expressed to me how things are not going well in their lives and how they feel that, they could be doing better and how they just need help. And it got me thinking because obviously I was really touched with what he had to say, and it got me thinking of how life is so similar to a tree. What we go through in life is actually really similar to what a tree goes through in its life. So I took the decision that today I'm just going to discuss that with you guys, do a comparison of the two, and just try to link it together so that if there's someone out there going through tough times, someone out there having a challenging time and not knowing exactly what to do to get out of that, and maybe we can just address that today. And hopefully after listening to this video, you're going to be feeling better and you're going to know exactly what it is that you need to do to get out of that mindset and start feeling positive about yourself. So I hope you enjoy this video, and maybe before we go into the content of the video, I just want to remind everyone that if you haven't yet subscribed, if you haven't yet joined our community, now is the time to do that. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you can be notified on all our future updates. So there's a lot of lessons that I believe we can learn from trees. There's a lot of lessons that we can take from simply studying trees. I know that sounds a bit out of the ordinary, but just give it a chance. So there's three things that I'm gonna focus on, and the first one. So in a tree, let us look at the roots of the tree, the roots that are in the soil. So for me, the roots is the point where the tree connects to the earth. So the roots are in the soil, and that to me symbolizes the mind. I look at the roots and I see the human mind. I see your mind, and then the soil symbolizes the world that is around us. So our mind is how we connect to the world around us. So basically, what you believe about yourself and what you believe about the world around you is going to influence the type of decisions that you make. It's going to influence how you interpret any situation that you come across. If you believe that you are a strong individual, if you believe that you can make things happen, if you believe that you can take on challenges, when such challenges do eventually come about in your life, you are in a much better position to handle them. So that is why I'm saying the mind is how you connect to the world around you. Now, I think we can agree that if you make sure that the soil that a tree has been planted in, if that soil is well fertilized, and that tree is receiving water, so you are giving the roots water and the roots are in a well fertilized soil, that no doubt gives that tree a better advantage, a bigger advantage for that tree to grow well. Now think about it now in respect to a human being. Think about it in respect to us. Now, what is the fertilizer, what is the water that you can give to your root, which is your mind? So you need to feed your mind with positive information. Positive information. How can you do that? I mean, we live in an era where information, you can just get information like that. So I can suggest read books that help you see the world differently, books that make you feel better, books that talk about positive attitude, books that build you, books that talk about personal development. Not only books, choose the kind of videos that you watch. I mean, for instance, you're currently now on YouTube and you're watching this video about me. This is an example of a video that can actually enrich your mind. This is fertilizer to your soil. This is water to your roots. So spend time giving your mind good input, positive input. And what you realize is that the more you fertilize the mind, the better you become at handling situations. You start seeing things differently. you start giving yourself, the tree that is you give it an added advantage that it never had before, simply because you have planted it in an area where there is fertilized soil and you have invested in watering those roots. So number one, the roots and the soil is the mind and how you connect to the world. So the second thing that we can learn from trees is that throughout a tree's life, it goes through different types of weather. Some days are sunny, some days are windy. Now, your sunny days, those are your typical happy days, days that we all wish we had each and every day. Sunny days, a tree loves the sun. Those are days where we are happy, days where we enjoy ourselves, days where everything is just going the way it should be. Now, I'm not going to focus a lot on those days because that is what we want. Then you've got windy days. So basically what the wind does to trees is that depending on how strong that wind is, it tends to bend the tree. It bends the tree. And it is attempting to break that tree. Now, some of us may be facing windy days in our life, and just like the windy weather, it is temporary. It is something that is going to pass. So this situation that you may be going through, or this challenge that you may be currently facing, it may currently be bending you. It may be attempting to break you. But here's an interesting thing about the tree. So it is the tree that has the deeply rooted roots. The tree that has the deeply rooted roots. Okay, now that sounds a bit, but you know what I mean. The tree that has roots that go deep. That tree is the one that is most likely to survive the wind. But the tree that is not well rooted is the one that is most likely to fall over, to not necessarily bend, but to fall over, to break. So again, this goes back to what we discussed in number one. Take care of the root, take care of the mind. So whether you are going through windy days, don't forget to fertilize that soil. Don't forget to water those roots, because you want your roots to be strong enough. You want your roots to be deep enough so that when the windy days come, no matter how long they last, you may bend, but you will not break. So it is not just about weather, but the tree goes through different seasons as well. It goes through seasons such as spring and summer. Generally, during those seasons, most trees are bearing fruit. Most trees are displaying some flowers, some beautiful flowers. You start seeing a lot of color in the tree. You start seeing a lot of life. That tree is providing shade. Things are going great for that tree. Again, I won't spend a lot of time there because those are the happy seasons in your life when things are going well. Then you have seasons such as winter, whereby most trees in winter, they lose their leaves. You find a tree looking so naked, looking so bare, no leaves on sight. Most trees during winter, they look dead. They don't provide shade. There is no fruit on that tree. Again, looks can be deceiving, because if that tree it's well rooted and the soil where it is planted is fertilized, again, fertilize the tree, water the tree. It is going to survive that winter season. So are you currently going through a winter season? Are you currently going through a time whereby things are not going well? Is it going on for a prolonged period of time? Are things currently not going your way, the way you have planned? Just think of it as the winter season in your life. And understand that as long as you keep feeding your mind positive information, remember what we are learning today. Fertilize the soil, water the roots. And whether you're going through that winter season, you know what? All seasons come to an end, And one day it's gonna be spring, you're gonna be going through warm, sunny days, and that tree is just gonna blossom. It's gonna bear the fruit that you want. We are now on to number 3. So number 3, I'm gonna be looking at the fruits of the tree. So our tree has now gone through the winter season. It's gone through everything that it had to go through, and it is now bearing fruit. So as I've said on number 2, that when the tree is bearing fruit, that symbolizes in our life a time when things are going great. It symbolizes a time when we have achieved our dreams, when we have reached that goal that we set. You got that dream job, that dream promotion. Your company is going well. Your dream company, the one company that you wanted to develop, is growing, it's blossoming. That is when your tree is, giving out fruit. You've got fruit on your tree. That is a good time, and that is a time that we should never forget that time. You need to remember that time always. Cherish that time. And again, you need to understand, what did it take for you to get to where you are? You shouldn't forget all the other hardships that you went through, because you don't know. Tomorrow it might be winter again, and you might have to do it all over again. So you need to remember, how did you get there? How did that tree start bearing fruit? Now, the big thing that I want us to take away from the fruit is that every fruit has got a seed. Every fruit has got a seed. And in that seed lies another tree of the same strength, of the same caliber. So if this is a tree that can withstand windy days, if this is a tree that can withstand winter seasons, then in the seed of that fruit lies a tree of the same make. And when that seed finds its way to the ground, another tree will be born. So what am I saying here? The seed in the fruit, that is me saying, now there's potential in you. Once you have achieved your goal, you are in a state where there's potential in you to help the next person. As you rise, as you get your goals, take others with you. Help, give out help. Plant a seed. Plant a seed. And when you do that, look at it this way. You've got one tree, and it gives off fruits. And from those fruits, we get seeds, and we plant more trees. And those other trees give off more fruit, and we get more seeds, and we plant more trees. Before you know it, we've got a forest. Now be that person. Be that kind of change. Start the forest in whatever that you are doing. We have now come to the end of our video, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video and that it's information that can help you or help someone close to you, information that you can share with your loved ones, those that you feel really need to hear this. And then again, just a reminder to you, if you haven't yet subscribed, if you haven't yet joined this community, now is your chance. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to just tap on the bell icon so that you can be notified every time we upload a video. Maybe before I leave, I just want to leave you with a question. Feel free to post your answers as part of the comments, and we can take it from there. So the question for the day is, what are you currently doing to water the roots and fertilize the soil? What are you currently doing to feed your mind positive information? I'll be looking forward to your comments. Thank you.